All right, so guys, one of the questions here was, again, how do we find the slope, the y-intercept, and the x-intercept when we have the graph? Okay, so let me see. If I move over one, here we go. So all I did is just kind of click the little icon to get the graph to look a little bit bigger. So the first thing is, let's see if we can find the slope. So remember, the slope is what we call the rise over the run. In this case, we know that our slope is going to be negative because our line is falling downward. So here's one point on my, here's one point on my graph. I know I'm going to go down one and then over 1, 2, 3. So the slope of my line here would be negative 1/3, right? Looking at the picture, we can also find the coordinates of the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, so it hits the y-axis right there, and that appears to be the point 0, 2. So the only thing else we need to find is the x-intercept. Now remember what that means. The x-intercept means where does it hit the x-axis, right? It's going to be some point over here. So one thing is, if I already know that the slope of my line is negative 1/3 and my y-intercept is 0, 2, I can write out my equation. I can say y equals mx plus b, and I can say y equals a negative 1/3 x plus 2, because we just said that our slope was negative 1/3 and our y-intercept is 0, 2. Well, when we hit the x-intercept, or the x-axis, we find that x-intercept, that means that the y value is going to be 0. So I'm going to put 0 here, and I'm going to now solve this equation for the letter x. So I'm going to move my 2 back over to the left side. That's going to become a negative 2, because I crossed the equal sign, equals negative 1/3 x. Let's multiply both sides by negative 3. Right here, I'll write it as negative 3 over 1. So this negative 3 will cancel with that. The 1s will cancel here. The negatives cancel. So all I'm left with is an x. And then negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. So what that tells me now is that my x-intercept is going to be the point 6, 0. So here's my x-intercept, here's my y-intercept, here's our slope, and then again we said the equation of our line was y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2.